Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Ankush here from Alif Consulting. Welcome back in our partner enablement video series. In today's video, we will be going to talk about how to design and build a cross cloud scaling solution, right? Here is the agenda of this video. So we will be going to talk about what is the multi-cloud strategy is, what are the scaling options, what are the benefits, and then I will be going to walk you through with one of the reference architectures, and then the key components, use case, alternate security, and the performance efficiencies which you can have in your solution when you're designing it from the customer. Now let's quickly jump to the introduction. So the multi-cloud strategy enable company to avoid the vendor lock-in while capitalizing on the different services that the major cloud provider offer, especially around the security, application migration, analytics, and the application development services. A cloud, a cross cloud capability is necessary to enable the security data sharing across the cloud provider and the reasons. Cross cloud architecture is very key enable for the hybrid cloud computing. Now let's think about it, right? How the cloud multiple cloud in strategy enables the company to avoid the vendor logging, right? So let's take an example. There is a customer who might be running on the AWS, but they are not happy with the AWS cloud, right? They are not happy with the services they are offering. They are not happy with the way they want to do it in they want to deploy in the applications because their application is specifically a Microsoft centrics, right? That's where you can have the discussion with customer and you can migrate them to the, or you can enable the multi-cloud strategy, and where you can have your resources also running on your Azure, and then later on you can switch on and have that in place, right? That's where across cloud scaling can be happen, right? At the same time, if your customer they want to have their primary site running on the Azure cloud, right? And they want to have their secondary side, right? That they can use the AWS and the vice versa also, which enable them to have the multi-cloud strategy. And with the cross-cloud capabilities, it's allow you to enable the data sharing, secure data sharing between the cloud providers and the regions. Well, this is how your multi-cloud scaling look like. So in my design, I have a local cloud which is running on the on-premise, and then I have a public cloud which is running on the Azure, and then I'm having a traffic manager, and my traffic manager will be going to take care of how the request need to be forward. Either it's need to be forward on the public, or either it's need to be forward on the local cloud which is running on my own data centers. And then accordingly we can set the how the traffic will be going to flow, where the request will be going to flow first, and then accordingly the infrastructure is going to be responsible for the request which is came in. Now what are the benefits, right? There are the certain benefits of having multi-cloud scaling. Flexibility to choose any provider for any applications. This also ensure that there is a no vendor lock. Scalability allow your workload to automatically adjust to the spike and dip in the demands. uh, Low opex and capex, since you are on a cloud, because you are running on a cloud, right? So you don't need to be worried about investing on money on the hardware, purchasing a server, right? It's completely lower in the opex and capex. Better resiliency, that's something you can have with the modern cloud. So that's something is already there in the cloud, and that's allow you to have the better resiliency with minimum downtimes, and can provide you the high availability built in with the infrastructure. So these are the some of the benefits with having the multi cloud scaling. Now let's quickly jump to the reference architecture. So in my reference architecture, you will be going to see like there is a two cloud is there. One is the Azure cloud, another one is the Azure Stack Hub, which is the running on-premise, and it's a replica of same Azure cloud. It's provide you the same capabilities on the on-premise as well, right? With the close multi-cloud scaling, what is going to be happen? Your resources will be going to deploy on the both region, and they will be allows you to redirect the traffic. They will be allows you to do and use the DR disaster or high availability of the applications as well. Now the key components. Application services. So application services allows you to build and host the web app, RESTful APIs and the app function, and then you have a virtual network, basically which provide you the private networking inside the Azure, and then your other components like the point to set VPN, web apps, databases, VM, stuff like that can use that virtual network to enable the private communications. Traffic manager will be a DNS based traffic load balancer, and it allow you to control and distribute the traffic to the across the multiple endpoints. Application Insight is the extensible application performance monitoring services for the web developer who built and manage the application with the multiple platforms. And then you have a Azure functions which enable you to run the code in server-side environment without having to create the VMs or publish a web app. And then you have a Stack Hub. The Stack Hub is the extension of Azure that run on the workload in the on-premise environment by providing you the Azure service in your data center. With the Azure Stack Hub, you will be going to have a same app model you are having on Azure. You will be going to have a self-service portal which allows you to create the services and inside your on-premise data centers. And then you have a Azure DevOps which allows you to do a CI/CD and build their applications, and you can also use a tracking and source control within the DevOps. And then you have Azure pipelines. So the pipeline is a service that's provide you the CI/CD, and from there you can manage or build the and you can manage, build or release your codes to the web app, right? Now, if you want to run about Azure functions, if you want to run about traffic managers, and if you want to learn about, I can say the application gateway, virtual network, app services, there is a separate video I have created. There is a link in the description. Please go ahead and check out about those videos to have a deep dives. Use case, yep, there is the multiple use case of having these kind of reference architectures. If your organization want to use a DevOps approach or plan to use a one soon, if you want to implement a CI/CD practice across the Stack Hub and implementation of the public cloud, if you want to consolidate your CI/CD pipeline across the cloud and the on-premise environments, if you want to develop an app by using the both cloud and on-premise services, if you want to skill required by develop to be consistent across cloud and on-premise apps, you are using the Azure, but your developer who are working on on-premise using a Stack Hub cloud, you are on the on-premise app experience spike in demand during the seasonal, critical and unpredictable fluctuations. You have on-premise components and want to use the cloud to scale them. You want cloud scalability, but want your app to be run on-premise as much as possible. So these are the some of the case to have a have a multi-cloud scaling features. Now, what are the alternates, right? There are a plenty of alternates which you can use for web app. You can use the front door as well, instance of traffic manager. If you want to have a layer 7 security, you can use express route instead of Azure VPN gateway if you want to have a faster connection, and you can use a GitHub in the repo if you really don't want to use the Azure DevOps repo, and then you can integrate that GitHub repos with the Azure pipelines as well. What are the securities? So there is a plenty of security options. You can use service principal by PowerShell, Scala, and Azure portal. A single and constant identity management solutions. You can have your ADFS, AD Active Directory domain services, or Azure Active Directory service to be integrated across the Azure Stack Hub and Azure uh, Azure Stack Hub security postures. That's something can help you to basically provide you the security on top of that. Compliance and data sovereignty, uh, compliance and data sovereignty. That something is there and can allow you to do that with the Stack Hub, and they are easy to manage. Close cloud scaling and Azure Stack can give you the advantage of closing cloud bustings and can save you the cost as well. and then processing in the cloud. You can use closed cloud scaling to reduce the processing burden when moving the basic apps to the public cloud to distribute the load and freezing your local resources to business critical app. Yes, there are some of the performance efficiencies which you can do with Azure and just Azure Stack Hub. Easy to manage. You are completely easy to manage. You can have a DR setups using the Azure Recovery Vault. You can have backup to be stored for up to 99 years. You can save money and save cost. Migrate your running Hyper-V and physical VMs and the VMware's workload to the Azure to benefit of economic and elasticity of the cloud. Run compute intensive report and analyze on a replica copy of your on-premise asset in the Azure without separation from your Azure production workloads. Cross cloud scaling with Azure Hub, that something can help you to do the robustic cloud robustic scaling and can help you to save the cost processing in the cloud, and that something is also there which can help you to do and reduce the burden of your Azure stack, and you can move your Azure cloud some of the basic application to the Azure cloud. Well, that's it in this video. I hope you like this video. Please like if you like this video and subscribe for more upcoming videos. Please feel free to reach us if you have any questions. Thank you. कौन बनानी है मेरे को 5 किलो कब तक खत्म होगी 5 उतारने कल तक Post cloud done. Yes. Multi-region done. IS web application.